guy. Sit here and watch the guys fly around the place.
Oh yeah, I almost called you because they had another one of these guys. It wasn't the same plane. It was much more.
I wouldn't mind going up in a B-24.
Okay. Well, they had another B-17 had visited up here.
I wouldn't mind going up.
And
B-17.
and it was the same deal. It was like $400 a ride. I almost called you.
I'd pay $400 a pop to go into a B-24 since I've not experienced.
I don't think there were any like actual honest, like the ones that they do now
are
all basically rebuilt.
Yeah, no, there's not one that's actually out flying around giving rides. I don't think. Yeah.
Well, there ought to be.
And I was always, of course, and then there was the.
Of course, we had nothing to compare to the British Lancaster. The Lancaster could carry a bomb load of 12 to 15,000 pounds.
But it wasn't that much of a bigger plane. I mean, it carried a big load.
It was a far more technically sophisticated plane with better engines, could fly higher.
Which is ironic for a British airplane.
And fast, yes, but like all British technology at the time and still today, is far too complex for your average teenager out of East Jesus, Alabama.
Right. Like, where are you from? I'm Iowa.
To understand how to run.
Right.
Whereas you could stick these guys in either the B-24 or the B-17. And they're 18 and a half, 19. They're going to fly these because they're very, very easy planes to fly.
Well, right. Well, but most of the pilot and the navigators were older. And they were officers.
Ray Bethel wasn't. He was 19.
Right.
He hadn't been to college.
But my argument would be that would be an exception.
Most of those
pilots were experienced.
Most of those command pilots were not experienced.
Well,
he did.
The navigators might have been college educated.
Right.
Maybe. But the pilots were. They didn't know what the fuck they were getting into.
Like Ray, he had no training in flying.
Well, they got training.
Well,
it's not like they were like,
and it's not like they were going to be trained to be fighter pilots.
No.
These things are very stable.
And they're forgiving planes.
That was the thing that impressed me so much when we were in that. I mean, I thought this had to be a stone cold easy plane to fly.
You know what?
You got it going fast enough, and you sort of thought, well, it's about time to pull up, and then you pull up, and there it was.
The thing that always amazed me, of course, we didn't do a lot of this when we took our little flight. But if you watch these old World War II movies where they have actual footage, where they edit in actual footage, and you see these B-17s doing these crazy.
They didn't have these engines going full power.
No.
No, if they had these engines going full power, they could have racked this thing over on its side.
Well, and that's my point. You see these B-17s coming in, doing like to avoid, oh shit, here's a bunch of fighters.
They were built like tanks. They could pull 6, 8, 9 Gs very easily. And after their bomb loads out, certainly.
But can you imagine, right? Here you are, you're one of these like side gunners, and all of a sudden, the pilot says, "Hey, fuck, I better."
Well, they had a harness.
Sure, but I mean, can you imagine a ride?
Well, but if he does it right, their feet are still firmly planted on the floor because the G-force. You're not, the G-force.
Well, with your harness on, you're gonna. Yeah,
no, it's like I've made 70-degree bank turns.
Sure.
And it's like you're pulling 2.5 Gs. I'm doing that in a Cessna 150, and the problem is the Cessna 150 is underpowered. Not now, but it was. And so, and you could do these steep spiral downs, and essentially you're looking down at the ground right from your side window. It's great. I mean, it's an incredible feeling, climb all the way up to 8,000 feet and spiral down to 1,500 feet, and then you have to maintain airspeed at that angle of around 105 airspeed. So you're going down
quickly.
But
you're talking spiraling on your side.
Yeah. I mean, it's like to get down fast, and then the great thing is when you roll out and then you pull, and you feel that great.
Pull back up.
Of course, you're feeling it against your butt all the way down.
Yeah.
Well, not so much if you're losing altitude. If you're trying to maintain altitude in a turn, you do feel that.
Yeah.
60 degrees, you pull 2 Gs. 45 degrees, you pull 1.5 Gs. Actually, 1.37 Gs. You know, it's the square root 2.
Yeah.
You know, it's the you do the area under the rectangle and all that.
Yeah, I do all that math.
We had a physics class. We had to write a physics essay every week.
What teachers should do.
And I wrote all sorts of my little physics essay had to do with G-forces and angles of attack and shit and flying.
Yeah.
And of course, I knew how to do it. And it's like this instructor was just getting off on this shit. I've got a cash cow here. I'm gonna
milk it.
I'm gonna milk this one.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
it was fun.
Well, yeah, I bet.
It was great fun to do it too. I think it pissed my brother-in-law because I was using his airplane. Well, actually, it was my sister's airplane. Well, it was their airplane. My parents gave them money to buy it.
Damn.
My parents gave my brother-in-law and sister money to buy their airplane.
Hey, Dad.
What do I get?
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I've always wanted an airplane. No, okay. Oh my God. Well, your parents were generous folks. That was.
And that's fine. I didn't have any hard on about it. I mean, actually, their stipulation was that you let Stevie fly it. Stevie. I always wish they wouldn't let me fly if they had to.
I trade being called Stevie.
For not flying
for
a
not
fucking
flying,
plane.
right,
Not flying a fucking plane.
I'll make you a deal, Mom and Dad. Yeah.
Don't call me.
Yeah.
Don't call me.
Call me Joe. Oh man.
My mother refused it. Well, when I stopped talking to her, for like 6 years, she did finally decide to call me Joe.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well,
it only took 6 years.
There were issues as well.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
my weight, Paul, the whole
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it with people of that generation and weight? Boy, they.
His appearance. They had all my dad did too about appearing, the shoes. And his big thing was shoes.
Oh yeah.
But my mother's big appearance was general sort of presentation. Well, that's okay. I mean, you don't want to look like a slob.
Sure, but
it was like.
But it's like your
my
mother.
father
Yeah.
My
shoe in appearance.
I heard a sweet load of shit, not directed toward me, but just in general. I heard him riff on that.
Well, and weight. Women seem to be particularly hung up of that era. Seem to be particularly hung up
it's
on
like her
weight.
bridge friends, and the few times I happened to, make the major mistake of appearing down there when her bridge table was set up for her friends, it's like, and I would hear, they'd go in to play bridge, and you'd hear them shuffling cards, and you'd hear, and I think it was Banna's wife, Harold Banna's wife, I can't remember. She said, "Why are you going?" And I've got the voice down pat. This is exactly how this cunt sounded. "Why are you going? I can't believe how fat he is." And I wanted to rush in there and say, "I can't believe what a fucking rude cunt you are."
Wow.
But
Speaking
I didn't
the
say
truth
that.
in peace and love.
But I didn't say that because I try to deal with love.
And you're a Joe.
Speaking the truth in peace and love on that one, huh?
You arrogant. Well, see, she liked to lord it over people because after her husband died, that was her lore. Might have been her lore, but anyway, one of these women's husband died and left her $2 million of life insurance.
Oh my!
And so, and the farm.
Well, I would hope.
That was her lore. That was I can't remember her first name. And she was either a third grade teacher or
$2 million to a third grade teacher.
Well, it had to be a fourth grade teacher because all these women are hellishly mean. Because fourth grade teachers are mean. Fourth grade teachers are mean for the most part.
It's true.
This is
actually not ours.
No, I know you liked yours.
No. My fourth grade teacher was terribly mean.
Oh.
But the two we have at my school are actually not.
Oh, okay. Well,
although they run a pretty tight ship.
Well, tight ship's one thing. Mean is another thing.
Oh, the ones you had while going.
Well, I only had the one. Yeah.
I don't mind
May she
tight
rest
ship.
in peace.
I like tight ship.
May she rest in peace.
This is the Queen's meeting. I can say her name because I'm sure she's dead. And if she's not, somebody should have fucking known.
Lots of peace and love going on here today, YouTubers.
Miss Handstein.
Dear Lord.
Foot long ruler with metal edge.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
the
walked
foot long-
around.
Oh, the metal ruler. Well, see,
She
Oh, metal
walked
edge.
around
Metal
doing
edge.
The
Well,
metal edge.
oh well, yeah, but you know, we're talking about metal rulers. My
Oh, the
dad,
metal rulers, those are serious.
my dad had a metal ruler.
Oh yeah.
Now he never hit me with it.
Oh, I hope not.
No, he didn't. But he would never hit me with it because one, these things were so valuable and rare. You would never risk damaging
yeah.
it by striking a child with it.
Right.
It's far easier to have the child go out to the
Yeah, just
apple
cut
tree.
a switch.
Yeah, to the apple tree and cut the switch.
Go cut me a switch.
Yeah, just go cut me a switch. And it's like my sister and I had to go out and cut a switch every day to keep on top of the refrigerator. Yeah.
Every day.
Every day. Fresh switch.
Sweat.
Well, you want
For
to
how
agree?
long? For how long?
Well, let's see. She went to school at 18, so until she was 18.
Every day?
Yes.
That's fucked up.
After I was about 13 and a half, I refused to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Because that is fucked up.
Well,
I mean, I could see once a week.
now,
But every fucking day, that's fucked up.
my favorite thrashing story was.
I know,
When I
this
was
is a good
12.
one.
When I was
It
12.
was about the last time you were thrashed.
I don't think I've ever told this one.
Oh, well, then you better give it the full treatment. Give it the full treatment.
No, I was.
This is good.
I was being mouthy to my mother. I mean, I was being, mouthy in the sense if she'd say something and something would pop into my head and I'd say it.
Sure.
Much as you and I go interact right now.
Sure.
But I don't think you want to thrash me.
No. I'm used to you.
Have you ever wanted to thrash me?
Vice versa.
I bet.
She went to the top of the refrigerator and she didn't like the switch, the switch of the day.
What, had it dried out?
Yeah, the switch
Was it more than 12 hours old?
the switch of the day.
Oh my goodness.
So
the switch of the day.
She went out and
God.
grabbed, just come out here with me, and she grabbed hold of my arm. She was big. Well, she was big on grabbing my face till I told her if she ever did that, I'd kill her.
Yeah.
My dad did that until I was 15, and I told him I'd kill him if he did that again. He never did
Pretty
that.
well ends that.
He didn't do that. My mother liked to do it all the time.
Yeah.
I told her never did it. So she grabbed me, yanked me out. Maybe that's why this arm dislocated. But
I'm sure that was it.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so that fucking apple tree out there that I had to scrape the apples up with a rake before I mowed. And I thought, just mow over it. It's going to fertilize. Just why do you? You got to rake these and then throw them in.
The grass.
Well, fuck the grass. It made sense when we had hogs because the hogs would eat them. You'd scrape over and give them the hogs. But no, we don't have any hogs.
Oh, I've heard this dozens of times. But the YouTubers haven't.
No, the YouTubers have not heard this. So,
Truly, yeah.
I don't think they have.
No, I don't think
they have.
I'm pretty sure I haven't told this. I've never told the actual sort of physical punishment stories, which weren't at all. Only 3 times was I, and that's a separate discussion and not for tonight. But anyway, so my mother's got me, making me. And this is like high summer, and you've got the apples on the tree out there, that fucking apple tree, and so this woman was shorter than me, she was like 4'11", and at this stage I was,
Shit, she was taller than mom.
well, anyway, so she grabs hold on a limb and she breaks this. I mean, when I say a limb, I mean we're talking like a limb about maybe a little bit more, maybe like about this thick,
I just know it's coming.
I don't know how she broke it off because I couldn't have broken that thing off. Well,
She was fit of rage.
an apple tree that's alive, that's hard. That's supple.
That's
hard.
That's
it's hard
not
to
an
break.
easy. Yeah. She wrenches.
No, and she was jumping up and down and all this.
Yeah, she must have been pissed.
Oh, she was pissed. And I hadn't said anything awful to her. I didn't swear at her or anything. I just had taken issue with something she said. I don't know why. It wasn't anything important. It wasn't like about nuclear, like, oh, let's launch now or anything. Fuck you, no, we're not going to launch now, or, fuck you, I'm going to launch now. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that kind of a discussion.
Right.
And so then, she gets this thing has little tiny apples on it, and she's got a good handle length on this thing, and she starts wheeling on. Well, it's so thick and leafy. It's so thick and leafy. It doesn't hurt me in the slightest.
Yeah, it's just
and so I just stood there and laughed. I stood there and laughed.
Oh, but that made it worse.
And that made her really mad. But I stood there and laughed.
Yeah.
And so then she started to go for my head.
At
that point, I started.
It's time to skedaddle.
Yeah, I headed out around the front of the house. Well, she followed me. I mean, she followed, and she started. And I grabbed hold of it and I took it out. I said, "Don't do that again. Don't ever do that." And she never did that again.
Oh my God.
But she gave it a daggone good shot.
Good for her.
Yeah, well, you have to admire pertinacity.
Yes.
Persistence. Even if it's misguided. Well, I don't know. I don't admire it if it's misguided. I think somewhere in her mind, she thought this was going to improve me. Well, it did improve me. It gave me a great story to tell on YouTube.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
And I mean, just a great story in general.
In general,
it's
yeah.
Great, just imagine this little tiny woman trying to whip this, essentially this whole branch.
Well, no, it's just, and it's like a brush.
Yeah.
It's like one of these giant brushes.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say giant brushes, we're talking like one of these fan brushes you see in one of these Egyptian pageant movies from like the 30s.
Weighted down with these small apples.
Yeah, these small apples. Yeah.
Hell, I'd start laughing too.
Yeah, her flail.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's funny. I mean, it didn't even hurt. If it had hurt, that might have been one thing. But it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
But it was when she started going to the face. That was.
Easy. Come on, Mom. Yeah. Foul. That's a technical foul. You can't go for my face.
Yeah, don't
mark.
That's a foul. That's a personal foul, Mom.
Well, yeah. As any child beating parent knows, is never mark the child. Don't leave no visible marks. That's why you always wrap that hose in a bit of fabric.
That's why I always use a phone book.
Yeah.
Except they don't make phone books anymore.
No. Look at that stack of phone books. I've got to get. I really ought to just bundle that up.
All right.
So
we
stick that.
We still get like that one on top.
I like to have one of those, but I don't need all that other
So about
shit.
once a year, I'll still get one like that on top.
Yeah.
But I remember back in the day when they were those.
Oh,
big
you'd get these things.
and then you'd also get the white pages, which was equally as thick.
Because you needed those.
Yeah.
You don't need them now.
My phone book is
I got talking. So I got on this. I got on this Uber the other day.
Yeah.
And I was being a bit passive aggressive because this guy,
that's what we
despite
do.
despite having all modern technology available to him, the dude still couldn't seem to figure out where my house was. I watched him drive right by my house, and then he pulled up about 4 houses up and stopped, and I'm like,
that's okay, I'll walk.
At first, I stood there on my front porch thinking, okay, surely.
He was going to pick you up.
Yeah, and surely he'll look at the house numbers and realize, oh, I've gone too far. No. Then I'm like, well, shit, I'll just.
Was this a man native to our shores?
Yes. This was an older, clearly just kind of a retired dude moonlighting as an Uber driver.
Maybe I started doing that.
Had this big fucking caddy.
Oh.
But. So then it looks like he's about ready to pull away, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Look at the house numbers you've driven. So I go trotting, down the side. And then he finally stops. So anyway, I'm giving this guy some passive aggressive gruff, like, yeah, boy, I guess.
What are you saying to the vibe?
I was like, well, I guess the Uber GPS probably isn't as accurate as I thought it was.
I thought they used like I don't know. I'm sorry.
They have their own thing. It's all the same shit. It's all the same. It's all coming from the same data source. But anyway,
I hope it's not coming from the data source that.
So I'm like,
UPS is
well, maybe it is, because this guy was like, so, I thought you were gonna drive away on me there, man. You pulled up 5 houses past my house. He goes, oh yeah. So then we're driving.
Did you insist on a blood test?
Well, I'm getting to the point. I promise. So here's the point. So then we're talking, and then I start revving because I realize he's an older guy, and I'm gonna fuck with this guy a little bit. So I'm like,
all of us older guys, thank you for that.
And so then I was like, when I learned to drive.
When I learned to drive, I love it. Back in the day.
So when I learned to drive back in 91.
I used a clutch.
I said, I didn't really know Columbus very well.
I still do. And I still do.
Well, so I went out, I saved up my money, and I went out and I bought, and they don't sell these anymore.
These maps?
But they had, like, they were like these spiral bound.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I have one.
Like, City of Columbus, road maps.
Right
there. So, like, so, well, no, this was even simpler than that, but it was like, okay.
When he was in the corporate housing.
So there'd be like every address in the index would be like in an index, and you'd go, okay, and then show you, grid G9, and so you go find G9.
They're great.
And he's like, oh yeah, I used to use one of those. I was like, so they should still make those for guys like you.
Well, I would love it actually.
So then the dumbass. So the backstory is that God bless him, he probably wasn't a dumbass. He's a very nice guy. He's a very nice gentleman. So but you can watch. So when you order an Uber, right? When you order an Uber,
oh yeah. See, I need to know how to do this because I'm in San Francisco. I'm sure I'm going to be doing a lot of Uber.
Set this bad boy up now or tomorrow before
I have Uber on the thing.
You got a credit card in there already and everything, so it's ready to go.
I don't have a credit card on.
Well, you got to put a credit card in there so that it automatically bills your card.
So should I?
Yeah. Okay. So when you order an Uber, you can sit there and watch. Like it'll say, okay, where are you going? Okay. And then it'll show your location. And then there's actually a little thing where, like, say I want picked up at your house. But say I'm actually standing all the way the hell out here on the corner. I can actually adjust my exact location on this little map so the driver can see exactly where I am.
Go on.
But anyway, so when you order an Uber and you order one, you can actually watch the guy that's coming to pick you up. You can actually watch his little car coming toward you. So this guy is about, like that. This guy's about a quarter of a mile from my house.
But how do I put in the credit card?
Well, I'll help you with that in a second. So then, I watch him on this little map. Like, he's sitting there on James Road, and all he has to do is go down Main Street and, boom, boom, boom. No.
So you can kind of tell him.
You can watch exactly where he is.
Can you actually give him like?
Well, you can text him or call him if you feel like you need to.
Okay.
But I watched this guy go all the way down, all the way to Livingston, go all the way back, and so finally I send him a text. I'm like, hey, dude, you need to get back towards Main Street to come find me. No response, but clearly he picked up on it.
So this isn't really something I'd want to do if it were time sensitive. Like if I had to get to the airport.
No, I would say Uber is a better bet than a cab. Well, it's San Francisco.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like if I wanted to take a cab to the airport, which I don't.
Right.
But if I did, and I arranged ahead of time with an appointment.
So Uber is different. And actually, I have never had a problem with Uber. Every experience I've ever had, with the exception of little weird glitches like this.
Do they rate you on price?
No, it's a flat rate. It tells you right away what you're going to get.
Yeah, but they do demand pricing.
Yeah, they do.
Well.
So I mean, if it's New Year's Eve and it's 1 in the morning, you're going to pay an ass load. But other than something like that, it's pretty reasonable. So here's the way with Uber, right? You basically need to be, especially in a city like San Francisco, you need to basically be like standing with your shit right where you want to get picked up.
No, I understand.
And then you go boom, and within a minute or two, somebody else will show up, and you better be ready to go because they're ready to go.
No, right, I understand. Okay.
And so it's different from a cab where you can call a taxi and say, I need picked up at 4:30. right? Like an Uber guy will be like right there.
No. Well, okay. Well, I've never done it before. I want to try it, obviously, because if we're going to get on like Fisherman's Wharf and Chinatown and this kind of shit.
So like.
Gotta be careful. You're going to Chinatown.
Let me. We're gonna get into some sensitive stuff here, guys. So.